I just looked it up because I'm like, wait a minute, how much was that free? Because that's church. You don't pay to go to church. And what do you think?
They charge him.
There was a $5 cover.
Damn. All right, guys. I promised you that I would tell you, I would give you a Miller Lite picture. I regret to inform you that the bar back at the Pony, that's where the bachelor party was so quick with it. He was coming, he was scooping them up, but conservatively, I think we hit 70 buckets.
Oh,
Like, no problem. 70 buckets of Miller Lite.
40 of you guys.
good work by the boys.
Well done, Ed. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I would say.
That's a weekend of Miller Lite.
It was.
I have another comment
It
too.
was.
I love whoever that groom was. We're having a local bachelor party.
It was fun.
That
It was
used
a lot.
like I think that we need to bring that back. Where it's like every once in a
your own
while we're going to,
beds. Yeah.
you know, like does everyone have to travel to fucking Scottsdale or Cancun or like no, like let's just get a party bus and go to a bar and post up and talk shit.
I like both,
Grab
but I
some
get your
Miller
point.
Lite.
It was fun just being in a Chicago bar.
Yeah.
And just having a good time. Shout out to the Pony.
Pony's awesome.
They serve great Miller Lite there, and they're always stocked. I can
Yep.
confirm that. So, Miller Lite, the official beer of the Chicago Bears. Go to MillerLite.com/stretch to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Okay, welcome to the stretch. Guys, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. There is not a lot going on right now in Chicago sports realm. I have a few topics here. But if anybody has anything they want to bring up, anything they want to get to, any pressing matters, please jump in and say it.
Is this a setup?
No.
Oh,
No, why not?
I thought it was a setup.
No, it's not a setup.
Do you have one, actually?
Are you
Kind
gonna
of
say the White Sox brought up some guy?
No, they didn't. I don't think not anybody of note this.
Okay.
Traded some guy.
My shower didn't take this weekend.
Oh,
Today.
throwback.
Yeah.
Do we see
He
it?
was
The time that you interviewed Walter Payton.
he's soaked.
Oh, that's sweat?
Junior.
This is sweat. It's dried up a little bit.
You gotta pop the thing off.
Yeah.
No, that was my favorite. That's the underrated part of that clip. Is he said, "I'm here with Walter Payton."
Walter Payton Jr.
I said Walter Payton's son.
Walter Payton.
Walter
Payton.
Payton.
You corrected yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You corrected.
Shower intake is brutal.
Yeah.
It's not even that hot out, too.
It's more the choice of shirt I decided to wear today. So I am not matching. I'm wearing a purple Northwestern hat, purple logo. That's why it's backwards.
Wait, you usually match?
Match
tried
your
to.
hat to your
Really?
clothes.
Yeah, I tried to.
He takes pride in his fashion.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna wear like a yellow hat with a green shirt and like I wouldn't do that. I try to match a little bit, but today
No,
I wore
yellow
a-
and
a-
green like actually work on the.
Like complementary
just-
colors, right? On the wheel.
I'm just throwing random colors out there right now. But today,
oh
I
for
wore,
1. Do 2 more. 2 more.
No, I don't
Two
think
more
yellow
that
and
don't
green
go
are.
together.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure they're complementary on the wheel.
That's purple and yellow. So no, you're wrong.
No,
You want to look it up right now?
Purple and
How much you want to bet?
purple and yellow is just Lakers.
That they are
Give me
complement.
two-
How much you want to bet right now?
I don't know how the fucking colors work. I just
Well, you're
know that
quizzing
there's-
me on it, so you might.
Colors that complement green and yellow. Green and yellow are
All right, I'll bet you $1,000.
analogous colors mixing well together.
Look up purple then.
Yellow,
I think 'cause
yellow
they're-
and purple are complementary
Yes.
colors.
Yes.
as well. So, but green.
I thought you only had one complimentary
All right,
color.
so you're now 0 for 2 on.
No, I'm
like-
not. I'm.
No, I
That's
said
correct.
name 2 colors like that you would like. I wouldn't wear this hat with this shirt. You're like, I wouldn't wear green with yellow. I wouldn't wear purple with yellow. Both
Okay,
those work.
here. I wouldn't wear this purple with this green. How's that?
Okay, I think
But
purple and
you
green
are.
do make sense. They cannot pair
But
together.
my point was,
But you are. I wouldn't do this. But you literally are wearing it right now. You're
well, I threw this on because I was sweaty underneath.
That's
Got it.
so it was when I walked in.
Yeah.
Today, he was sitting there. I'm like, is that sweat?
Yeah, it was sweat.
then he-
Light blue shirt. My
But
shower
I think
intake-
that's what like I would be less offended by the sweat. I'm more offended by the color choice.
Yeah, and,
it's disgusting.
It's bad all around, and I needed to get it off my chest so the internet didn't
That's
make
huge.
fun of me.
Because the internet definitely
like-
would have come for you.
Oh yeah, I know they would have.
Fucking White
I'm-
Sox Dave doesn't
I'm-
even match.
I'm pop-a-docking the internet.
Guy
right
ever
now.
seen a color before?
Yeah, they don't know the color wheel.
For real. Like, you get some baked excuse. You walk to work. So
Yeah,
Did you walk to work today?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I worked out this morning. That's why it's not to brag.
Didn't
but
didn't
yeah,
keep.
didn't take.
Yeah.
Just got out of the shower, just sweat.
the people who understood what you said when you immediately came out and like said, "Hey, I'm like my shower didn't take." Those people, I like
Real ones.
I could,
Yeah.
yes, I could.
I mean, it's from Seinfeld.
Yeah, but still, it's not like
I never seen Seinfeld. And I know
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
meant.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my point.
I actually think that it's more from White Sox Dave does WGN mid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like
If someone
like,
were to say that to me, I would not be like, "Oh, that's a sign."
I'm
I'd be like, that's Dave.
I'm so sick of talking about that clip, not because it's like embarrassing. I look like an asshole. It's just I've done it so many times over the last almost 10 years now, and if you like here and there, I'll get tagged in the clip from random people, and I'll go to their account. That by far, at one point, it was by far their most viewed on their webpage. It was like 200,000.
So do you have any sympathy for the Boom Goes the Dynamite kid?
Oh, all of it.
Yeah.
all of it. Yeah,
Your brothers
all
in
of
arms.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to meet him.
That would be something. My high school buddy was like roommates with him freshman year at Ball
At
State.
Ball State.
No
Yeah.
way.
When that happened.
He did Tosh.0, the Web Redemption or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what it
Yeah.
was?
Yeah.
He did that, and he like leaned into it, and he was funny about it. So
So what year did yours
I
happen?
think 2016. It was 2016.
And I think Boom
Yeah.
Goes the Dynamite was like 2006. So like that, you're 10 years away. Like we were into like a different phase of the internet.
Mhm.
That could have been you. You
Could
would
have
have been
been.
on like College Humor.
Maybe, yeah.
All those
Yeah,
sites. You
yeah,
would have been
Yeah.
super viral.
Yeah.
More
Probably.
viral. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Fucking gum.
Just attacked you.
Like you were talking about cons, and you're asking me like, what have you done in your life? Like Connor went to Fallujah. I lost a battle to a piece of orbit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When was that? That was kind of trade deadline, so we're coming up on the
It was.
anniversary.
It passed. It was in May
Was
because
it?
it was an early
Yeah.
It was the
trade
Shields
that year.
trade.
It was the
Yeah.
shade, and that was in May. I remember because I was at Lincoln Park playing my
Playing
first
softball, and all of a
yeah.
sudden, John Heyman,
Yep.
Bang.
all the guys were
Bang.
texting.
I was shit
Down the
faced.
alarms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, wait, I was right on this? Really?
All right. What do you think? Do we want to get into Game 5 tonight?
Oh, I was gonna say Cubs. So I went to Friday and Saturday. Friday sucked because it was raining and we lost. But I like the offense has hit a little bit of a slump,
Yeah.
but the pitching has carried them.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. Even
which
the
is
bullpen.
awesome to see because it's like these are the type of games, and I know the Pirates aren't good, but these are the type of games last year and the year before they would lose, where it's like, oh, you know, you're losing a bunch of 2-1 games or 3-2 games, and the offense goes silent. So it's awesome to see them still. I know that we only went 2-4 against the Phillies and the Tigers, so it's like, all right, that kind of sucks because those are good teams. But I'm like winning these type of games tells me that they have a little bit more of staying power. And like, I know the people on the outside are like waiting for the Cubs to regress as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there's still pitching that needs to be figured out, but having a series where we didn't hit well at all.
No.
No.
They could have easily kept their head in their ass after those two series. And
Yeah.
won 3 out of 4. So
We're in
that's
3 out of 4. And
Yep.
what did we score? 3 runs was the most we scored, I think.
I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're
So
right.
Yesterday was 3-2.
yeah, yesterday
Yeah.
was 3-2. I think it was 2-1
2-1.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Important game.
2-1.
Yeah, and we lost
Friday.
2-1 on Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Skeens.
3-2
You're expected to
Thursday.
lose that.
And for all like the concern about the bullpen, like even a month ago,
Palencia.
Palencia, Presley's been really good the
Yep.
last 6 weeks or so. So
Keller's
it's-
been okay.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Yep.
like kind of now it's like they have to go get like a big starting pitching arm. Like that
Yeah.
seems to be the
Well,
most.
Shota should be back soon, right?
Yes.
He had a rehab
Yeah,
stint
he
last
just
week.
Yeah, he threw.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. I mean, I feel like that was just a different way. Like there was definitely part of me that if we just kept on winning games 10-9, I was going to get more and more concerned of like,
Yeah.
okay, how long is this sustainable? And again, I know the Pirates stink, but to win 3 out of 4 in a home series where you scored a combined like 7 runs,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
these
pretty
guys are
damn
putting
good.
together good starts. Boyd.
Yeah.
Can I ask a
look
question
good.
too about this?
Right.
Dave, maybe you can speak to this because you're a pitching expert. Why the fuck did we go away from the Ben Brown having an opener? It worked. That one game, he had a no-hitter for 5 or 6 innings, and then they went away from it and he got shelled again.
So this whole opener thing, it doesn't really compute in my head because I'm such a baseball traditionalist. I don't know what the psychology is where it works, but for some guys it just does, and he should be starting the second or third inning every game.
I just don't get
Right?
it. I don't get how it worked so well.
And then you flip
And then
it,
you
yeah.
just go, and then you're like, all right, throw him out there against the Phillies. You got fucking
I
killed.
think baseball
pitched
guys
well.
are just creatures of habit, and they want him to start the game. And he probably is a creature of habit, and he wants to start that game and have the pitch like when the umpire's saying play ball and all that. So like, I don't know why it's a thing. Like obviously you're flipping the order over and stuff, but
But
he should be
I mean, Pomeranz was going 1 inning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can't he just start his whole
Routine later.
like an hour earlier?
Yeah.
Like if you normally wake up at 9 for a 1:20 game, wake up at 8.
He did pitch well in the Schuylkill game last Friday.
Yeah.
But he did start. So.
He started. Yeah, he pitched well in that one. But the Reds game, whatever it was, two starts ago, he gave up 1 hit in 6 innings. And if you look at his games before that, when he starts, he gets shelled.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Yeah, we need someone to. I'm sure someone's asked counsel, but I wonder what his logic is.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I don't either. So that one just makes no sense to me.
On any level.
Yeah.
Like why can't he do it and why aren't they just doing what works?
Right.
Yeah.
Just if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Right.
I don't know.
He'll find his groove though.
got good stuff.
His stuff it's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I was pumped about the big week coming up. What do we got? We got
Brewers.
the Brewers and the
Brewers.
Cardinals.
huge week
Brewers
coming
and the
up.
Oh
Cardinals.
no, Brewers and the Mariners.
Brewers and the Mariners.
and then the Cardinals.
And then the Cardinals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
at St. Louis and then at Houston.
Yeah.
So
This is
yeah,
a big week.
big week, and then a big one after that for sure. So I don't know. I feel like it's so national, but we got to kind of get in the Devers thing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I immediately was like, this could mean that Bregman opts out because he has an opt out,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that could be he could because I know that they were
Right
talking
back.
to him, and
Yeah.
he like we just didn't get to the price.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy.
Wild.
That's Hank and I were talking about last night because it's similar to like the Ricketts are kind of going towards this path of the same situation of like Kyle Tucker. If you don't sign Kyle Tucker this offseason, when will you ever sign someone like that again? You have if this offseason was an aging team and it was signed Kyle Tucker for a lot of money, you could tell yourself, all right, doesn't make sense.
Sure.
The timeline is so perfectly
Yeah.
set up to sign Kyle Tucker that if they don't sign him right now, in my mind, they're essentially saying we're never going to sign
I
someone.
mean, it could rot the whole culture of the team. I don't know
Right.
if you're
Yeah.
Pro Armstrong sitting there and be like, they're not going to re-sign this guy.
right.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And it would be similar to what the Red Sox are going through, where it's just like they're like, we'll just make money because the fans will show up and trading a guy like Devers. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I
And by all accounts, it was like financially the money was a big reason they offloaded him. I mean, they didn't return shit really in
I
terms
think
of
it was
like
a fractured relationship.
Well, obviously, and Devers is a fucking dickhead. He is a dickhead. There's fault to go around on both sides, but I'm of the opinion that if you're told, hey, like you're not hacking it, we're signing Bregman for third base, like you can grab a glove, play first base or DH, and you say no, then you think you're above the team, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. That's how I would operate if because but at the same time, they're not totally thinking that because they're thinking, oh, we can offload $300 million right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but that's not going anywhere. Why do it now when you just swept the Yankees? That's
they've
what I
won
don't
5 or 6 in a
understand.
row.
people
right?
think it's going
Yeah.
to Liverpool.
A lot of
Signed
people
like
saying that.
$150
Yeah.
million
They're
guy.
signing
Liverpool.
everybody.
But
Yeah.
then I heard the logic on that is flawed. Like that guy's going to pay for himself because
Yeah.
One thing has nothing to do
Who's
with
going
the
to
other,
pay for
but
himself?
whoever.
I can see
Florian
why
Wirtz
that is
guy?
frustrating to Red Sox fans, though.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
Yeah,
you're paying for that guy, but you're not going to pay for this
They're-
guy. Fuck the soccer team across the ocean.
The Fenway Group owns the Pittsburgh Penguins, and there's a lot of smoke that Mario Lemieux is going to buy him back from them. They've only owned him for like
It's a lot of
two or
things.
3
Yeah.
years. So something's going on with the
For
Fenway
sure.
Group. Yeah.
I saw like because LeBron's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Simmons tweeted like they're just trying to put together enough money to buy the Vegas franchise for the NBA.
Oh,
So I don't know.
got it.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I immediately was like, because like I said, Hank and I were talking. I was just like, well, this kind of the Ricketts kind of have the same thing coming up.
Yeah,
where it's
they
just
do.
like they're gonna, because that is a move. The Devers trade is a move, basically being like, we don't care, we're gonna make money,
Mm-hmm.
and similar thing to Rickett. Like if they don't sign Kyle Tucker, it's like we don't care, we're gonna make money, we're fine with just trying to win the Central, and that's it.
Mhm.
Just wild timing.
Yeah,
Wild timing.
yeah, yeah. They pulled him off the plane.
Yes,
It's like, well, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that both teams should have tried to go after him in Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could use another bat. Why
Fuck
not?
yeah, you could have.
Yeah. You want to play third?
Put him back at third.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's
there you
a
go.
butcher there, but I mean,
What if he rakes?
if he rakes, he's making
There's-
up for it. And the rest of the field, like across the diamond, the Cubs play outstanding
Yeah.
defense. So you can't afford one hole so long as the bat's that good,
Yeah.
you know. And it is. And he started horribly.
He
too.
did. It was like
0 for 20 something with like a
didn't give
ton
a
of
shit.
strike. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was cooked first. I think I was talking to you
Yeah.
about that. I'm like, he might legit just be completely cooked, and he's got like a 900 OPS now.
But there probably is something to him being a dickhead too, because that was a big conversation about Seiya in the offseason when they got Tucker, and it's like he's going to be a DH. And Seiya's like, I don't want to be a DH. So there is like some trade smoke around him, like because he's going to be a malcontent. And then eventually the season starts, he DHs, and what's he still lead the league in RBIs or right there?
right
Like,
there,
he's-
yeah.
He's just he's a pro, and Devers might not be.
But yeah, he was DHing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bizarre. It's nice to be not the most embarrassing Sox for a week or a day.
They do got the negative. I mean, it's a bad look. Like, but at the same time, I don't know. I keep have conflicting thoughts going on in my head.
It didn't have
where-
to happen now. Finish out the year, see if you make the playoffs, and then he's still
Signed for 10 years.
Yes, his
Yeah.
value is
That's
just as
that's
good.
Yeah,
that's
that's the crazy
right there. Right there is what tells me it was a financial decision.
Or it was a battle decision, like a dysfunctional, like, hey, this guy's got to go now.
Yeah.
This guy's got to go now. Anything White Sox related before we take it over?
We had 30,000 people at the park this weekend to watch church.
Got to put a good product on the field. People will
Yeah.
show up.
I did not go. I did not attend church service at Rate Field this Saturday.
Oh, you're not Catholic.
I'm not Catholic.
Yeah.
And I just looked it up because I'm like, wait a minute, how much was that free? Because that's church. You don't pay to go to church. And what do you think?
They charge him.
There was a $5 cover.
Damn.
Well, you got to light up the scoreboard. And,
Yeah. There's
electricity
operation. I
bill.
mean, there's operation costs at any other church.
Yeah, you got to pay.
I want to
up
know
the
if they
seats.
served booze and food.
Just
That'd be hilarious.
just communion.
Just
Yeah,
one.
why?
That would have been.
So
could you
I
imagine
asked-
a little like a ice
So they
cream
did serve the
helmet?
blood of Christ.
Okay. It'd be nice if they like
And they did send a basket around.
bless the Polish sausages.
50-50? That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
That's
just,
where Jesus comes in and turns the whole
yeah, they had a
place
bunch
over.
of wine there,
Yeah.
and they did have food. So
Nice.
Jerry had himself a nice little
He did.
nice little weekend.
Yeah. Team's out of town.
Well, come on over to Sox
great.
Park
Yeah.
for a church service.
They used the 05 World Series trophy as the tabernacle. just really broke out all the stops
Yeah.
to make it White Sox.
It is kind of cool though that the Pope was speaking to Sox fans though.
It was actually the first time I had heard him speak in English.
Isn't it weird? You assume he's gonna have like a Catholic English accent or something, or some non-American accent.
Yeah.
It's just some fucking.
He's just a salsa guy.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Titus had a
Yeah.
good take on the act last week. He's like, I expected kind of more from the Pope. Like, I needed more. And this is, I guess, the first time he's doing more. I don't know. Like, when the Pope got announced, like, this is sick. He's gonna tweet about the NBA Finals. I don't know.
But doesn't he get like that grace period where like election is obviously November and then he gets sworn in?
Yeah, I
like,
guess, but
January?
I don't know. I want more. I want more from the Pope.
Yeah.
He's just a regular guy. I just want more.
Yeah. I think, give him like that 2-month grace period.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Okay.
Then he'll start tweeting about Kardashians and pop culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Bears are exploring a sale of a minority stake. I don't know what that really means.
I don't think it means anything.
I
I
think
think
the
it means that Pat Ryan has a chance to buy. He has right of first refusal, so he can just have more shares.
Is that confirmed? Because I don't
He
know
always
anything
has.
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I would assume this is stadium related, right?
Yeah. So what I would assume it is the Ricketts did this too when they did that first big remodel,
Yeah.
big refurbishing of when fucking concrete was falling on people's heads. They got more investors, more minority stakes to kind of put money into the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would
Passion
assume that's
plus.
what this is. They're trying to get some cash guys to.
Yeah.
Do we know who's selling? Like,
I
because
haven't
it
seen
could just be like, hey, I got extra shares because Nana died.
Virginia,
Yeah. And then it's like, I don't, I'm just cashing out.
That was the weirdest thing when she died. Like everyone thought there was going to be this big, not like a what's the term from Succession, where everyone's like,
Or like a
Or
power
power
vacuum.
yeah,
kind of?
yeah. Everyone was kind of thought there might have been that, but nothing really happened.
No.
They still have the voting block, and I guess they all support George.
Yeah, and George is kind of running the show.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's just a note.
He did
footnote.
say for years that like we have a structure in place to keep the Bears in the family forever.
Yeah,
So,
he did. And then for some reason, all of us were under the assumption that.
well, I think
Wishful
we were
thinking.
hoping. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Like Bezos would come in from the sky and just be like, hey, I own the Bears now.
Yeah, I do. Hey, let's pause because I want to talk about Ghost. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you see this beautiful can of the iced tea lemonade. Chief's got the peaches over there.
Yep. Iced tea lemonade's phenomenal.
Finally, dude, this thing is a hot ticket item.
They're hard to find around here.
I know.
Yeah.
They get snatched up right away. It's intern season, so they're definitely always sneaking them inside the editing bay over there, with good reason. The iced tea lemonade's awesome. It's the flavor of the summer. So, bursting with lemonade and finishing with a smooth sweet tea flavor. This can is the perfect ride along all summer long. Take it to the golf course, the pickleball court, the beach, wherever you want.
They're great on the golf course.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a nice.
Sometimes you need around hole 12. It's like, I got a little pick me up here to finish out this round.
For sure, nice pretty can in the cooler.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
that. So listen, like all other Ghost Energy, it's fully transparent, fully feel good, loaded energy, 0 sugars, no artificial flavors, 200 milligrams of natural caffeine, and it is now sold nationwide for a limited time only. Don't sleep on this epic new flavor. Go check it out. Also, NASCAR. There's nothing like seeing NASCAR roar through the streets of downtown Chicago, a race experience unlike any other. Catch the stars of NASCAR take on a one-of-a-kind street course surrounded by skyscrapers and lakefront views. 40 drivers, including Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin, battle it out on the most unique track of the season. The energy is electric. Race day adrenaline meets festival vibes in the heart of the city. Don't miss Zach Brown Band live from the start/finish line Saturday night, part of the Busch Light Summer Music Series. This is more than a race. It's Chicago's ultimate summer weekend. Get your tickets now before they're gone. I'll tell you this right now, if you're a big fan of festivals, this has an awesome fest right at the front when you walk in. So many
very cool.
NASCAR details. And the track is obviously just great. It's a fun experience. You guys got to get it. We're praying for good weather this year. Third time's a charm.
Has to be.
Right?
Third time's a charm. So NASCAR takes over Chicago street racing, skyline views, music, and more. Get your tickets now at NASCAR.com for the ultimate summer weekend. The Bulls denied the Knicks the opportunity to speak to Billy Donovan.
And now he's potentially got a new contract.
Yeah.
That was they're talking about a new contract.
Is that good?
I don't fucking know. I mean, Billy Donovan's a good coach. The team is not a good. The roster's not a good roster. So
yeah. I've long said I think the Billy Donovan story ends with him walking away, not getting fired.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It's just like I don't know what he's probably gotten the most out of this roster. So he's still a good coach, but it's also like I know some people want him fired, but it's like what?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah. Pat Bev said like he was the least of their problems.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Like I don't consider him a problem. I consider the front office a problem.
Same.
Yeah.
I think Billy's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at some point, he's probably going to get sick of the situation.
How much is he making now? 6? Something like that?
Might be more. He's the fourth or maybe second longest tenured coach now, because this is the NBA is just they fire guys instantly.
Yeah.
Michael Malone won a title 3 years ago and got
I can't believe Budenholzer got
He's
one
making
year.
6 a year right now, according to
6?
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the Knicks are in a tough spot. That's be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, they if you're a Knicks fan, you got to be very worried that James Dolan is back involved.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. And the Tibbs thing, we know how that goes, and it's not like they had to keep him, but it's more how he left and how it's James Dolan running the show again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's got to be scary.
Yeah. Like I don't think I was none shocked that he got fired. Maybe
No.
a little bit, I guess, like a tiny bit at the end. But
A little bit just because they had their best season in 25
Yeah.
years.
exactly. But I mean, we know Tibbs' flaws. Like,
Yeah.
He's got guys playing 48 minutes a game in December. So,
Yeah.
Regardless, he's staying. They did not grant him permission to speak to the Knicks. Besides that, is there anything Blackhawks related?
No, I'm kind of the Stanley Cup Finals has been great, and I think it ends in 6. But I am ready to.
So it's over tomorrow.
I think so.
Yeah, it's done.
They're just.
I have to go to Edmonton if it's not.
Oh, really?
Isn't that supposed to
come?
be like an
Yeah, I would go.
Isn't
Game
that an
7?
ass
Yeah,
series?
I would love to go to that.
You can come
What day is Game 7?
Friday.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Whitney
Yeah.
just
Sick.
reversed it on us because like we've been joking about the Connor McDavid can't win the big one, just loving the storyline. And he was just like, all right, if it's Game 7, you guys got to come. And then I'm going to have to root for Edmonton. So he it's an incredible like Uno reverse by him.
What's that
Can't
flight?
go to Edmonton and not
Yeah.
root for the
For
Oilers
Yeah.
to win the cup.
I think
I
it'll
would be in the
easy.
same boat, but I just can't stand Stan Bowman getting another ring. So it's like I'm very torn. What's the flight to Edmonton from here?
We would
4
probably
hours.
figure out a way to go private. just
Okay.
'cause It's like the layovers. I looked at it. It was like 20 hours of travel.
Yeah, my brother was trying to.
I'm in.
Last year was trying to do
I don't know if you were invited.
chicklets there.
I'm in.
No, I would love to go to Game 7.
I have the
Chief
way.
would be invited.
Yeah.
If you don't want to fly private, I have the way for you guys to be fine rooting for the Oilers.
How's
Wow.
that?
You're in 11A. You're in 11C. Nikki Smokes in 11B. That's how you guys are okay rooting for Edmonton.
Well, I'm not going if I have to take
Commercial?
commercial. Yeah, because it's just, and I know this sounds crazy, and it's
No, you're on this hill dying on it at this point, so
What?
might as well. Just with the kids clip. And
I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
railroaded
It
with
is
that
what it
clip.
is.
Oh yeah.
The fact that they put that clip out, drop a pin, because they were like, "Oh, how do you fly with kids?" And it's like, "Well, I fly private." I do it once a year. Like, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna lose all your money." It's like, dude, I do it once a year,
Also-
maybe twice at the most. Like, yes, I have made
That's-
a lot of money. It's not like I'm flying private every fucking day. I do it when it's all a cost benefit analysis.
Oh,
Where it's like,
I got a
if I go
question.
to Edmonton and I go commercial, it's like 3 days that I'm burning that I could be working versus I could probably figure out an ad that we can sell and pay for it and be good.
It made some waves, that clip.
Yeah, no, they kind of screwed me because
I
it's like,
would not apologize for being successful.
but it's also like, yeah,
Lean into it.
I know.
No, he
I
is.
listen.
That's why
I
I
am.
said,
I
just
am.
keep
But the idea, like, obviously that clip goes and everyone's just like, oh, he's just doing it every weekend. It's like, I think last year was one time. One time I took my kids.
Yeah.
And it was like we were going to Scottsdale, and I was like, I'm not.
Yeah, my brother booked the flight for you.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like it's like my youngest is a year and a half. I'm not dealing with him on a plane. When they get older, I will not fly private with them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're in a certain point of time where it's like I can basically I can afford to make my life easier when I have 3 kids under 6. When they're all, teenagers or, even like when my youngest is like 8, we'll get on a commercial. Like what
Why not?
I have no problem. I will definitely not spend the money then, but right now it's way worth it for me, headache wise. But yeah, that clip, like everyone was just like, "Oh, you're gonna lose all your money. You're gonna do this." So it's like, yeah, I've made a lot of money. It's awesome. I'm very grateful.
Seems awesome.
I also think that like you guys have known me for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think I've changed like at all.
No.
Like
No.
in terms of like for someone who has money, basically I just do the same shit every day. I just lose at gambling and watch games.
You don't like.
I don't have flashy shit.
You don't drink beer as much anymore.
You got a
Yeah, I don't. I
Mercedes.
mean, I don't have. Yeah, I have a Mercedes. That's fine.
That I got. What is it? And this is a serious question. What does it cost to fly like a family of 5? That's you 3 kids.
Yeah.
Family of 5 to like Disney or Scottsdale.
Scottsdale
Probably like
was
$3,000, right?
What?
$3,000 for like total.
Oh, in terms of commercial?
Yeah, commercial.
Oh, yeah, probably somewhere around there.
And then what is it like 20 for?
It was like 60, probably there and back.
Okay.
I mean,
I
it's
thought it was
expensive.
going to be a little closer in price, but
It's expensive.
you-
I realize that.
The ad perspective. That's what people have to understand.
Oh yeah, the Edmonton
Yes.
trip. Like I already texted with our sales team. I was like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. If it goes 7, like let's figure out a way that I can do something. Like we'll make a big deal of it. We'll do a behind the scenes video. We'll like I'm not going just for. I'm not like, hey, I want to go to
Yeah.
Game 7 for fun. I'm going to do it, and it's going to be work, and it's going to pay for itself.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
I would be going for fun.
Yeah, you have fun, but we have an extra. But that's
Yeah.
luxury. But yeah, that clip got me.
I am also
People
maybe
were
the
coming after me.
McDavid big game whisperer too, because I flew to Boston for the Four Nations thing, and he had the game winner in that, so right in my eyeball. So
Yeah,
it did get brought up at my Father's Day.
really, what they
It
said.
was just like, oh man, that's a nice trick. I was like, yeah, it's good for him.
Yeah.
It's actually the only. It's like really the only thing I spend money on. That I could see like being like, all right, well, this is not like the best use of my money.
Yeah.
Like I don't do anything else. I can't like. I'm not wearing like a nice Rolex. I'm not buying like super nice clothes or like taking these fancy trips.
your clothes are free.
Yeah,
My clothes
the
are
same
free.
thing we do.
Right. It's literally the only expense.
For
I think
sure.
if I was doing the other stuff, I probably would be like, shit, I probably can't do this. But it's like, yeah,
You
every
bought
year I
the
look at
office
the
a
year-
soft serve ice cream machine and you fly
That one,
private
yeah.
every once in a while.
I look at the year and I'm like, all right, I'm going to take my kids on 2 vacations, 1 vacation, and those 1 or 2, we're going to fly private.
Travis Hunter also won the Heisman, so you got a little slush fund.
That was gone in like 2 weeks. That was gone. So my wife said, she was like, what are we doing with this? And I was like, week 13 and 14 did not go well. So
Yeah, so
We're not doing anything.
It's
with
gone.
it. Yes, exactly.
And
yeah, no, people don't
gone.
like it for some. I think it's because like the difference is like Dave kind of flaunts it in everyone's face. Like he brags about being rich, and I'm not gonna brag about being rich, but like yes, I do have some money.
But I think you should be comfortable commenting on it.
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
no,
a
I
situation-
think it would be weird to not to
Yes.
pretend that I just don't have any money.
it would
And
be,
I think you are commenting on it now.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I had the
And
money
what
that
I
you
do-
have, I would be the most insufferable human on earth about it.
Yeah.
And I give a lot to charity. Don't mention it.
Speaking of that,
yeah,
I got a
Pause
couple
on that.
charities
Yeah.
I need to hit you up about now that you brought up the subject.
How
and I'll
was,
pay for it every year.
How was the Danny Wirtz experience? At
Danny
Pause?
Wirtz was awesome.
Yeah.
Great dude. He was, it was fun. I was just like, when are we going to be back to winning cups? Yeah, I'll get you the money for that. That was actually last year very funny because Dave asked me for a charity every year and I happily pay it because it's a great cause. And he said something like, I like have like a trust that I do like charitable trusts like, and so I sent it to him and he's like, all right, so this is just like through like your like the cats. I was like, no, that's my money. Like I paid for it. So
I understood that, but
he's like, oh, so the trust paid for this? I'm like, yeah, but the trust is
no,
me.
I understand. That's we were talking about like the tax information. I'm like,
Yeah.
is this your tax information? And it was a little more complex than that. It wasn't like I knew it was coming from
But I'm
you.
in. I'm in again.
Yeah.
For that event. But
you
yeah,
guys need to. I know you can't this year, but you guys seriously need to make it out. I know schedules and all that, but you would have the time of your life.
Papa Hops.
Papa Hops?
Yeah,
I
we're
go
talking
every
Papa
year.
Hops. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking
would
I
love
need
to,
to go.
yeah.
I need to
Dan,
go.
yeah.
I need to go.
talking-
Yeah, Danny Wirtz was awesome. Great time talking to him.
What'd he say when you asked when you're gonna win cups again?
He said it's coming.
Okay.
So yeah, he said it's coming. I asked him to build us a sphere in Chicago. He said he needs a few more billion for that.
Okay.
So we got to buy some more booze.
Yep.
What,
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
What's all he in charge of distributing? If we get a sphere in Chicago, I'll
Everything.
buy a new case of beer from his.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we need
Yeah.
a sphere.
Yeah. Might have
yeah.
to buy some more wine.
Or
Yeah.
wine, beer, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Very good guy though. Yeah, that
Yeah, Danny's
pause
great.
charity was great. We do that a couple times a year. So
Another charity, I am running the marathon for Pause again. So if you'd like to donate to my charity, that will go to Pause. You can just.
the
Contact.
whole office is running the marathon.
Contact
which I
the trust.
appreciate,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who's it?
I actually got beef about this with you
Why me?
because I didn't think.
How the fuck is this my fault?
I will get to it. So, Paige, our office manager,
Yeah.
sends a mass email out saying, "Hey, we got I think it was 1 spot left for the marathon. Who wants it?" I wasn't going to respond and volunteer myself because I didn't think Patrick Maroon was going to do it. Chief responded and says, "Save a spot, and if you can get one for Patrick Maroon, get one for him." So I'm in. I'm in charge of raising $1,000 by the end of the month. And the Patrick Maroon has started ghosting us. So now I'm just running the marathon for fun.
I put you on a text.
Yeah, I've followed up with him personally on the side and in that thread and nothing, which is fine. I love raising money for puppies that need homes, but I didn't really want to run the marathon.
So how is this my problem?
Because you answered for me.
But you said on camera.
Yeah,
With
but
Maroon.
I could have responded to that email.
Sometimes you don't see emails.
I saw that email.
Oh, how
you
am I
responded
supposed to
for
know?
me.
Well, yeah, because we were going to make content.
So
out
because
you,
of that,
Maroon.
your punishment is you can chip in $100 or $2 for that.
All right, I can give you $100.
I got you
Yeah.
some. I got you some.
No, you don't need. You do enough with Pause and for all of us. That's his punishment.
That's not a
though.
punishment. You got to have a sign. I'm like mile 14.
I'll have a White Sox Dave sign over by
Yeah,
the
we'll
center or
do.
something.
No, at Declan's we'll do it.
Oh, to finish up at Declan's again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
it's on the route.
Is it on the route?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mile 11.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll text Pat again and see what Big Rig's up to because I know he wanted to run it. The last time I texted him, he was still in. He just wanted to know if his trainer could run it too, and I didn't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
I know this is more of a yak convo, but I called the piano man on my ride home,
Yeah.
and he was like, I don't know if I could do it.
Well, did you tell him the price is not a problem?
I did, and he perked
I
up.
need to get Piano Man at your party.
No. So for you guys to catch you up to speed, I showed them the block party. You guys were there.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in.
the garage party. So he's in this year. There's gonna be a lot of people from the office invited. Whatnot. So I told you the Piano Man. He's like a Billy Joel.
Yeah.
impersonator. You guys met him.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
So he's been like my white whale. He couldn't do it last year because he had a wedding. Called him again because Big Cat's like, I'll pay whatever to get him. And I'm like, hey, like, did you look into that gig? Can you cancel? He's like, yeah, I don't know if I could do it. I don't want to piss them off. I was like, well, like, can we make a deal? Like, what's the price? He's like, oh, you guys are looking to make a bidding war or something.
He has another event. I was like, I'll buy him out of that event because we need to get Eddie the Piano Man.
There's nothing more exciting than a bidding war, too.
This is what I spend my money on.
Yeah.
This is good shit to spend my money. We got to get the Piano Man at Eddie's block party.
Yeah.
Exactly. We need him. We need him bad. So we'll see. I'm gonna.
But back to Danny Wirtz. Yeah, great dude. Obviously, like just talking with him, it was just like memory lane. Like just like, and I saw you were at the Pony Inn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
that was 10 years ago today was when you and I were at the 15.
and that was
And I was sitting on my couch waiting for a text to get invited.
all time story was the so like when the Hawks won the cup, they would like, you know, the whole team goes out the first night, second night. I was lucky enough to go. Chief came with me one of those nights. Awesome time. Like the whole team is just going crazy. We're on a bus, the cup's there. And then like the third night is usually they'll pick a spot. The Pony Inn was that spot 10 years ago where like all the salespeople and everyone can come and like take a picture with the cup. And so I am like, I tell all my friends like, hey, now's the time. Like if you want a picture with the cup, we'll go to the Pony Inn. We go to the Pony Inn. The cup's there. It's all like behind the scenes people, except for Johnny Oduya sitting in a booth. And he just like looks at me. He was hammered. And he was just like, "Where is everyone?" He like thought I was part of the team. I was like, "I don't know. You're on the team." He just was like, "Where the hell is like all the guys?"
Yeah. Your name's on that trophy.
I was like the only one he recognized.
But that like one of those where you leveled up when you were like on the field with the cup in terms of like your own exposure, Barstool.
Yeah,
Chicago.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's all credit to Sharp. Like he literally like that whole experience where he was just like. He was like, yeah, come to my house. And I was like, oh, cool, sick. Like I went to his house. I brought my wife. We were like, all right, we'll take a quick picture. Cool. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, thanks for the picture. He's like, where are you going? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, we're going to Wrigley. I was like, oh, okay. And then we get to Wrigley and he was just like, they were like in that gate on the right field wall. Mm-hmm. And I was just standing there and I was like, all right, I'll see you guys after up in the bleachers. He's like, what do you mean? Like, come with me. I was like, what? And so he just kept on inviting me to I was like, all right, yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
That's kind of a fun trip down memory lane because everyone talks about how much the Patriots have done for like Dave's brand. Like,
yeah.
I think those cup teams.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Dude, as soon as we
guys are the
hired,
best.
everybody went to fucking shit.
Yeah.
Full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We had the
that
double doink. That was kind of.
was our first day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had like that was and Darrell's obviously hooked that up
Darling,
too.
yeah.
And I remember like we went to Rocket. Well, I carried the cup out of Tavern.
Yep.
And then we go to Rocket and we're spraying champagne because there's a huge crowd of people at like the TV trucks and all that. And I remember being like, all these people are here to see the cup and you got like a fat part-time blogger spraying with champagne.
Wasn't Kane fucking with you too or something
Kane
like that?
fucked with me in 13.
Yeah.
I was on the bus and it was literally like all the players and like maybe like there was like plus ones, but it was like a player's brother or player's dad. And Kane just came up to me. He's like, who the fuck had this blogger show up? And Sharp was like, he's cool, dude. Don't worry. And then Kane was cool with me the rest of the time. But like there was like a moment that was very tense where I was like, oh, fuck. I'm out of here.
Kicked out of here, yeah.
And Sharp was like, no, he's with me and he's fine. Like, this is going to be fun. And then Kane was like, you know, we ended up becoming friends. He was fucking the man.
Yeah, he is the man.
Yeah.
Because I know he's got that kind of humor where he's just
Yeah,
like,
no,
he's
he
a ball
was
buster,
just testing
right?
me. Yeah. And I passed the test somehow.
I vaguely remember, and I don't know if I'm correct here. This might have been something with you, but did you get a ton of shit for not knowing how to spray champagne? Was that you?
I don't remember that. Maybe. I don't know.
I never sprayed champagne, I don't think.
And it was I swore it was you, and there's a video of it, and you can't get it to spray.
I
you,
don't
didn't
remember
know.
that. I mean, yeah, I don't have a lot of champagne spraying experience, so that could have happened. But I definitely remember spraying it out of Rocket R.I.P. Rocket.
Yeah, it was surreal being up there, being like, because that was for a bachelor party, so we
Yeah.
had the whole top floor rented.
Yeah.
And I just like had a moment where I looked behind me. I was like, wait a minute. I know we talked Monday on the show that this is the anniversary.
Yeah.
It was a different cup, but I was like, this fucking window was seeing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome
The
shit.
Pony was there. I think
That was their
every
spot.
single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's just me and 40 of my buddies for on a bachelor party. So
I
it's kind
think,
of
I think the Pony is owned by what's that place in Bucktown that I like?
Lotties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like all the
Same
same
crew.
same.
Yeah,
ownership
he's a great
crew.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great when they were great.
I know. It's also like it's the
Right when
time
they
of
were great.
year where it's
Yeah.
like the summer starts and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
It was like I didn't even miss a Hawks game. Like
Yeah.
at Tuesday night, fucking triple overtime. You're staying up and watching that. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
I would love if our city could get back to.
yeah, you planned your whole week around.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
Get the schedule. I just remember refreshing the schedule after every round, being like, "Give us a schedule. Give us a schedule.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
plan it out."
Like you're looking at your week ahead. If it's,
Mhm.
this is Sunday, you're like, all right, yeah, Friday's the weekend, but Tuesday we got
Yeah, Tuesday we
Yeah.
got to go out.
basically a Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody was like
Yeah.
every bar was slammed.
Slammed.
People
I-
cared about hockey. That was
Yeah.
great.
What the last year they won the cup
It's 15.
in
So
15.
10 years ago, like
So
literally, I
there
think Taze just posted.
Yeah, it was like
Father's Day.
and the night that we were out was 10 years ago. It was the 16th.
Yeah, so,
So-
tonight, 10 years.
Yeah.
Damn,
that was
time
when I was
flies.
at the logistics place, and we had like legit 3,000 people. It was a sea of people in this office, and I think that day there was probably 1,000 people there. Then after they
Yeah.
won the
Yeah.
15 cup,
I
was
saw-
one of the suckers.
I saw because it was also like the 15th anniversary of the 10 team, and I saw the clip of Kaner like trying to go on stage when he had been
Oh, yeah.
4 days straight,
Hammered.
just
That
like
was still like
holding on to the
true
railing.
Patrick Kane,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I need a play-by-play from him of that moment.
Yeah.
yeah.
He doesn't
See-
remember that.
But
I mean, like,
Oh,
it'll
he
be
re-
like
you don't
those
forget that
flashes.
feeling.
He's
when
in
you're-
town in the beginning of August.
Yeah, well,
we're,
let's hope.
we're working on it.
hope
Oh,
he
nice.
goes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Body Armor Sports Drink. This summer, cool off with Body Armor Chill, a bold new way to hydrate with no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners. Enjoy a new refreshing, cooling sensation in 3 impossibly cold flavors: frozen berry, frozen cherry, and frozen orange. Actually, I didn't grab water. Can you grab me one of those, Emily? The sports drink back there. I see the strawberry banana. I see the purple light. It's good stuff.
That's a good flavor.
Strawberry banana is fantastic.
That's my favorite flavor, the strawberry banana.
I like
Yeah,
the
I love
mango
it.
too. I gotta try these frozen ones.
They're good.
Yeah.
I got some downstairs. We should
Okay.
definitely go grab one before our next show because we
Yeah.
got to stay hydrated. For
Got
the
to.
shows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're talking a lot going on.
We learned about how talking can really make you tired.
We
from
did.
the, Harvey Martin.
Yes, he's a breathing coach, and
Yep.
when you breathe out of your mouth a lot, you are
It's a hard job.
tired. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
People think it's easy.
No.
Well, thanks to Body Armor, they make it easier. So
Mhm.
it's available for a limited time. Grab yours at 7-Eleven or a store near you. One more time, that's Body Armor. Make sure you're drinking it this summer. Limited time, those chill flavors. Grab yours at a 7-Eleven or a store near you. Also, Row.co. Chief, tell me about Row.co. I know
Brother.
the sparks are right up your
Sparks are the way to go. You just take that little, it's almost like a cough drop, like a lozenge. You put it underneath your tongue. 15 minutes later, you're ready to go. It's go time.
It's good stuff.
Yep.
It's a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for stronger, harder erections. They hit the bloodstream faster because they dissolve under your tongue.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
getting hard faster means having more sex. After they dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. Rose Sparks can give guys thicker, longer erections than you usually have.
Confirmed.
Because they get fuller. Confirmed?
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Confirmed. Rose Sparks gives you the boost to last longer, so it's more fun for both of you. It stays active in your system up to 36 hours,
Go again.
so you can go back to back to back.
Go again.
Round after round. Be ready the morning after as well. So if prescribed, new sexual health partners get $15 off Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with the provider at row.co/stretch to find out if prescription Row Sparks are right for you. That's row.co/stretch for $15 off your first order. I mean, kind of, we didn't talk about Taze, did we?
What about it?
He officially wants to come baback?
He's been saying that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think 2 years off at 37 years old is
And like what, he's played one season out of the last 4?
something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's been spotty. So I hope he's like healthy enough and still good enough to kind of end things on his own terms.
Yeah.
But it won't be here. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of people being like, "Oh, they should veteran president." Like he's not coming here. But I think him having a reunion with Joel in Anaheim is possible. Be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
You think there's anything left there?
No, I don't. I mean, because like it depends. Because his last couple of years, he like, And maybe it was a symptom of his whatever that mystery illness was, but he was not in shape.
Yeah.
Like he was a big boy. So if he gets down from like 240 to 210 or something like that, and he feels good and he can train, and he could be like kind of like what remember Joe Thornton at the end. He was Florida, Toronto. He was like bouncing around, and it's like he played the fourth line. He did some power play. He won some faceoffs. Like, can he play 9 minutes a night on a fourth line on a decent team and provide some value? I think that's possible, but he's not going to be like the Jonathan Toews that
Everybody
we remember from 15.
for sure.
Yeah, which he hadn't been that for a long, long time, anyways.
Dave, did you have a nice day with Ice Cube, who we will be airing our interview with him on Friday?
I did. Ice Cube was in town last week for Big 3. Really good interview. Had Ed laughing his ass off about being afraid of anacondas, and
Yeah, we talked a lot of anaconda.
a lot of anaconda talk. That interview comes out Friday, right?
Yes, comes out Friday.
Yeah, so check that out. And we dropped our hockey challenge. Chiefs a big fat
Yes, that
banana
too.
head.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Dan?
No.
They raced.
It dropped. I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know who won?
Backwards.
You.
Me.
Yeah, I mean,
You won- who
you
won one
surprise
race?
us all the time. I'm the number one White Sox Dave guy when it comes to athletic competitions, being like, he will surprise you.
I actually got a couple of. So last week we did. These are beefs that I'm airing out. You are a recipient of one of these.
How am
beefs.
I? There's no bigger White
So
Sox Dave fan in the
when-
world than me.
Last week we had Captain Cons on another snake draft. I don't know if that dropped or not.
Tomorrow.
It drops tomorrow, so you'll see it. I got in earlier that day to do a bunch of shit talk prep work for Captain Cons, and I went back and watched the first 30 minutes of the actual yak from that day because I never saw what happened prior to the race. You guys said I was going to have a list of excuses, and they were like all physical. That offends
That
me.
was Danny.
I would never, ever in a million years make an excuse
But
like
hold
I
on.
pulled my hamstring.
Hold on.
Ever in any
I
athletic
mean, you
competition.
have made excuses for other
Not physical excuses.
Mental?
mental.
Sure,
I
totally.
think mental were part of the excuses, but the first 30 minutes, the whole room was saying Cons was going to win, and I did not waver. I was like, White Sox Dave is winning.
Shea was the only one that's like, yeah, he's going to cook him.
I did not waver. I was like, White Sox Dave is winning this. This is crazy. And everyone was like, oh no, Cons. No.
It's mostly Danny Conrad that I have the beefs with.
He's been your
Cagey guy.
foil for
Yes.
a long
No, no.
time, though.
Cagey guy.
No new beef.
He should know me well. Like I would never say, "Oh, I like fake a hamstring injury." That is.
I don't think you'd fake it, but one could happen for real.
Oh, I mean, but you would know that it was real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the weird part is that Cons, I'm still waiting for the MRI.
He had
Ed, do you think that his kids were sick when we were on the way out to New York?
I don't know.
I'll say
I
that it would be crazy if he faked his kids.
I-
You don't
Yeah,
fake kids.
I don't think.
Kids get sick a lot.
Sure. Yeah. True.
I don't think
True.
you fake that.
I got nieces and nephews. They're constantly sick, so I get it. But I think there's a chance that he did.
All right, I got to run.
All right, that's
All
it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great
I'll
show,
keep
boys.
doling
Sure,
out
great
beefs.
show.
Yeah, Danny Conrad was one. I thought that was ridiculous. Jerry Reinsdorf charging to go to church. Another one. He's not even Christian. I don't believe. That's 2. Ed, I would have liked to see you at the Pony this weekend. That's 3.
What do you mean?
That
He wasn't.
call.
You wanted him to call you for the for a bachelor party?
I was at a bachelor party.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
We should say that he was saying that the night that we did the cup party, it was probably the most calls I've ever gotten from White Sox Dave.
Really?
I got that night calls and texts from you.
I don't know
There
if I
was
called you.
a brother.
I don't think I called you.
You did.
I was definitely blowing you up through text. I don't know that I ever called you.
You called me multiple times.
That doesn't sound like I might have.
You
I'm
did.
not. I don't remember that.
Yeah. But it was
I
like-
remember specifically sitting on that green pleather couch that I had bought off Craigslist in my first post-college apartment in Chicago, and just like phone right above my head. I'm completely vertical, and just please invite me to that bus. Please invite
Yeah, I was the last one invited, so I didn't feel comfortable.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
Darls.
Emily had a question about the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
What's up, Emily?
Oh, I was gonna chime in a little earlier, but didn't want to interrupt.
Go ahead.
No, hop in.
Well, Chief, we probably know your answer to this, but which former Blackhawk would you rather see hoist the cup this year? Seth Jones or Corey Perry / Dan Bowman?
Jones. I was always a Seth Jones guy. So I was
he's
a Seth
like
Jones.
a good dude though, right? Like I met him for a split second. But
Yeah, that was when you tried to recruit Reichel.
Yeah,
same
right,
night
that
to play
night.
shortstop.
Yeah.
The German guy.
Well, third base, he's more you
Yeah.
know bigger, broader guy. But
No, I like Seth Jones, and I always thought that he got so much shit here. It was like, well, the team sucks, and then he goes to a good team, and it's like, oh yeah, he's actually pretty good. It's like, yeah, he was actually pretty good the whole time.
That made me hate him even more. Like hearing Kachuk say, like I think it was in the last series, he was like he played like the best defenseman I've ever seen. Like that made me so mad.
Yeah, but they have like a structure. Like
Yeah.
they had real coaches. They had like the Seth Jones teams that he was on. Those are some of like the worst teams in the league. Like you could take, I don't know, Bobby Orr and put him, or Nick Lidstrom, and he's not gonna look like
So where should she redirect that anger to?
Stan Bowman.
Stan Bowman got us 3 cups.
No, he did not. No, he
Oh,
did not.
wow.
No,
and he's about to get another one.
Oh no,
he's doing the same playbook where he comes in late when the team's already built.
What about Corey Perry?
I don't hate him for that. I'll answer Corey Perry. Corey Perry's a rat. Fucking, we hate him.
I hated him for a long time. I do think he got a raw deal in Chicago though too.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
so it was all bullshit.
I don't know if it was all bullshit, but it was. I don't want to talk out of turn
Yeah,
about what
sure,
happened,
sure.
but
Nobody really knows.
Yeah.
We don't know.
correct. But it was like clearly Edmonton did their due diligence and we're like, yeah, we're comfortable with what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, he's not a perfect person, clearly, but I hated him for so long when he was with Anaheim that I can't just be like,
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I like Corey Perry now.
Yeah.
But I do think he that could have been handled differently for sure.
Yeah. Did you see the U.S. Open winner, J.J. Spaun? He hit the flag, and he pulled a Tate, where Tate thought.
Oh, count it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. You didn't see the shot.
No, I didn't see the shot.
It was.
I saw the putt.
It was.
What's his name again?
I'm very happy he won J.J. Spaun. You got to see this.
I watched a lot of it on Saturday.
Yeah,
It was a boring tournament though,
well
because I only check in for the
was-
majors, and I didn't think it was very.
Are you one of those guys where you don't like?
I'm like
it
a
unless
creaster
people
for it.
are all under.
No, I don't care.
'Cause that's-
I want.
I thought it was a tough tournament
Dramatics.
for the casuals. I mean, the dramatics where he hits a 62-foot putt
Yeah,
to,
sure.
to walk it off
Yeah,
is
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
dramatic. But if you're looking at the leaderboard and you're a casual golf fan, I knew Adam Scott but hadn't heard of him doing anything for
A while.
feels like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had heard of Hovland before. That was kind of it. The other guys were like, I don't know who the fuck these guys are.
It was a tough weekend for names.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, which I
That
mean,
was
maybe these guys are gonna
Probably
be
a lot of
names.
it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
Spaun becomes a name now. I don't know anything about him, but it's like I don't know any of these guys.
Yeah.
So
You got to see that when he hits the flag, though. It was like one of the worst beats of all.
I'm watching it. Oh, and it.
I mean, it flew all the way back down the green. That's
I mean,
cruel.
65 yards. That's a long way.
That's cruel, dude.
That's
Yeah.
just.
So I was happy he won.
But would it have rolled the opposite way and gone out?
I don't know,
'Cause
but
that-
it doesn't
it was-
go that far, though. Who
No, it
knows
doesn't,
If it
'cause
got
the rough
backspin
would've
and it
caught it.
sticks, who knows?
Oh my
his
God! It
face
just
is just
keeps
like-
going.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop, dude. It was tough, but yeah, congrats to him. So, yeah, that's kind of all I got.
yeah.
Tonight, Game 5 in the NBA. I'd like the Pacers to win. I think the Pacers winning the championship is probably bad for the Bulls, but I don't know. I'm kind of getting caught up in the Indiana crowd
Yeah.
and just kind of taking down the 68 win team. So
Yeah. I am to the point now with both series. I wish the NBA was last night, first of all. Like, I needed something on Sunday night, and I went to put it on. I'm like, well, where is this game?
yeah,
So that, but I'm to the point where I'm like, I'm ready for both of these to be over, because then I'm ready for the Blackhawks to just take the next step. So like we have the draft and then free agency, and it's just like I want to start like all the trades and all the shit that's going to happen.
double Game 7 would be awesome though.
Yeah,
Let's
and
wait-
especially
let's
now
wait
if I'm
for
going to Edmonton, I am now officially rooting for a Game 7.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's a hockey experience. That
Yeah, this would be like Jake Malasek was giving me shit, but this, because I said this is the best year of hockey that I can ever remember. He's like, you saw 3 cups in 5 years or 6 years. And I'm
Is he
like,
not a hockey fan. He just like started watching.
Jake?
Yeah.
No, he played in the same.
I know he
league.
did, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he just
He's-
started
but, like,
really
he
becoming
doesn't-
a hockey fan.
Nah, he likes hockey, but he likes the league. Like, he doesn't have a favorite
Okay,
team.
I
So he
apologize.
does not, like, only thing he cares about is Virginia athletics, which is odd. because he grew up in like Maryland or something like that. But he doesn't care about the Caps, doesn't care. But this whole year with hockey, with Four Nations, OV, this playoffs has been incredible. If we get a Game 7 Stanley Cup to like put the cap on all this, that would be it would be the best year of hockey of all time.
Yeah, it would be awesome. So yeah, that's kind of it. I think the State Farm 3-on-3 basketball tournaments throughout this week, the games are airing.
Okay.
So tune into that.
Tune in to see.
Fuck Tate.
It was a fun experience.
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you
It's
guys
a lot
were
of fun.
playing. I was on the call for the first 4 games, so it was a good time.
How is it working with Terrani on that? He's pretty quick-witted.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
He's always great to work with.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
I
haven't called a game since like fucking senior year of high school. So
You called games in high school?
yeah, brought back the program, the broadcasting program.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, for sure.
The Ferrer School of Broadcasting. Yeah. That's
Yeah, so I did it was like an internet link, and it was just audio.
for what
only.
sports?
Basketball.
Just basketball?
Yeah, just basketball.
Okay.
That's got to be pretty tough.
What to
Baseball, I could handle it because it's insanely slow paced and much easier, I think. But basketball's got to be tough to call.
See, I think basketball is the easiest because
Really?
baseball, you have to fill a lot of time. Like you have to
And
just
shoot the shit with a color guy. you know?
Baseball's prep very important on who your partner is.
Yeah.
I actually would like to say that. So, Steve Stone, obviously, we had a little beef. I don't even want to call it that, but on Twitter a few years ago. But Steve Stone is responsible, I would say, for the majority of my baseball knowledge. That guy is one of the smartest baseball minds that has ever been around the game. I love Steve Stone. He is a Chicago staple through and through. His chemistry with John Schriffen is nowhere close to as good as Schriffen's is with Gordon Beckham. And to your point,
is it
like
an
it's
age
That
thing?
matters.
I think a lot of it's an age thing. Schriffen's like the young, hip,
Yeah.
good-looking guy that's like kind of cookie cutter, and that's not Stone. Obviously, Stone is used to working with. Well, Benetti's
goat.
that, but Benetti was also a Sox fan, and then Hawk, obviously. But
Hawk was a goat.
yeah, it's got to be that's got to be tough.
Definitely
It's gotta be-
matters.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I love calling basketball. It's fun. It's because it's so fast paced too.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah.
But I would also love shooting the shit for like that's
That's baseball.
that's great.
But I do think that like there's more responsibility. Like the call is more important to the entertainment of the baseball game than the other sports. Like I'll watch the other sports on mute.
I don't need to. Yeah. Baseball's a lot tougher to watch on mute. Because I do it a lot now because I'm watching on my fucking laptop instead of a TV.
Yeah.
Well, baseball has better net sounds than basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Look at the bat.
Baseball's got a lot of good sounds.
Yeah.
Top of the mitt.
Yeah.
I would say it's tied with hockey because you can't beat the post.
The ping in the post.
Ping in the post is pretty awesome,
and
just,
the hits and
hits in the board. Like
Yeah.
I would say that's.
yeah.
And then
Have you guys seen what the like Mets broadcasting is doing with, like they're doing like all these cinematic baseball shows?
I have seen that.
Really?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
cool.
And it's like the guy who they hired has like a real film background.
Yeah, he's like there's a bunch of side by side comparisons, like famous movies, like
Right.
shots of the moon going into the ball. Like it's
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's really. It's
I gotta check
way
that
different.
out,
Yeah,
then.
if you search
haven't
it on
seen it.
Twitter or TikTok or
What
something.
should I search? Mets
Broadcast I saw
cinematic
yesterday.
broadcast.
Yeah,
They had they were talking pastrami sandwiches.
nice.
I looked at a different broadcast.
Yeah,
All right then. We could wrap this up. That's it. Ice Cube and Chris Allen
yeah.
plays on the Chicago team for the Big Three. That's coming
Michigan
on
State
Friday.
guy.
Yeah, fun.
Great-
It was a fun interview.
Some good Izzo stories from that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then listen to Tyson Bagent on Friday. That was a blast too. So,
Yeah, he was great.
all
Yeah,
right.
he let it rip. Tyson Bagent's the man.
great show. So, check those out. And yeah, that's a stretch. We'll see you guys on Friday.